Let's go to Jackie in Danville. What's up, Jackie?
Not much. Just child problems.
Oh, if you got child problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 9 and 9. Okay, so what's up? Tell me what's going on.
Okay, so my youngest is going to be 13 in about a month.
Okay. I got a 12-year-old, same. Let's figure this out. Awesome.
I no longer know what to do or how to handle situations with him.
Okay.
Right now, he is failing almost every class.
Okay.
Fighting with every teacher. His school's fed up with him. They're threatening to keep him in the principal's office for the rest of the year and do all of his classes except PE in the principal's office.
Okay.
He won't do chores at home, and I don't ask a lot. Keep his room clean, straighten up his bathroom, empty the dishwasher. I mean, it's not a lot. I tried taking privileges, and I tried giving privileges, and bribery, and everything, and I'm at a loss.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm sorry. This sounds like a boy that doesn't feel safe. Why wouldn't he feel safe?
Was a single mom. His father actually passed away about 3 years ago, and he never really had anything to do with him. He kept it hidden from his family, and they just recently came into his life about 3 or 4 years ago. So there's that. And then, young, dumb mom, bounced around. So he's, had really 2 different stable people in his life. But
you say bounced around, like just
married,
different boyfriends or different marriages?
Yeah. Only one marriage. Recently got divorced. It was just a bad situation.
What does that mean?
So
was there abuse in the home?
No, I mean my mother-in-law was kind of a terror. She wouldn't let him do, stuff on his own, and would get mad, like if he spilled milk, corn, cereal, dumb stuff. So it's just a lot. So I finally got out of that situation, and I moved in with my parents for a little while. And then, young and dumb, again, went straight into another relationship, and I've been living with him for about 3 years. But he's never had any children, so he doesn't know how to handle him, and I feel like I'm constantly man in the middle between the two of them. And, my boyfriend's like, tell him this. I'm like, why don't you just tell him? So I don't know what to do.
And underneath all of this is a little kid.
Right. And I
hiding in a teenage body.
Try to keep that in mind.
Hiding in a teenage body is a little kid saying, what was so wrong with me that dad left? Why does God hate me so much that daddy died? And who the hell does this guy think he is, talking to my mom like that, talking to me like that? Who is this other grandma trying to tell me that I'm a bad kid for spilling milk? And all of a sudden, that little 12-year-old boy, his body explodes from the inside out. And so when you describe those things, I don't see a bad kid at all. I see a kid screaming, somebody, please tell me I'm okay.
I know, and I'm trying to get him to open up, and he won't talk to me or his grandmother.
Jackie, he has no way he's going to open up. No way. I wouldn't. Not if there's some third or fourth radioactive alpha male in my house trying to go to war with me as a 12-year-old. I'm not going to open up in that environment. No way. And the last time I opened up to an elderly person, she got mad at me for spilling cornflakes.
Right.
And so he sits on it. He has learned, I'm going to sit on this. The only problem is he doesn't have the strength and fortitude or access to alcohol to do it, like most men do. Or he doesn't have a graduate degree from law school to go hide in his office for the next 40 years. And so he just explodes. He is not a bad kid.
No, he's not. Unfortunately, he's too smart for his own good. the teachers are constantly like, he skirts around the rules by doing this, this, and this, but he's not really breaking the rules. And I constantly tell him, I'm like,
Listen, Jackie, the words you just said, I constantly tell him, I don't care. I don't care what you tell him. No words will get through to this 12-year-old little boy. 0 words. He has learned to respond to 2 things, power and connection. Do you know what a dream it would be for him to be able to do his work by himself in a non-threatening environment in the principal's office where adults are nice to him? That would be the greatest gift to his sweet little brain and his sweet little body. Peace. Adults who are actually kind to him, who hold him accountable and challenge him academically, but love him because he doesn't have that. He's got a mom who is rattled from the inside out, probably has been for a long time. And I'm not blaming you. It just isn't is. He's got a...
Well, and it doesn't help that I have dealt with depression on and off, and I'm finally getting myself healthy. So I'm, finally getting the strength to deal with everything.
Good. He can only be as well as you are. And I know that's a scary proposition for you.
Would it benefit to try to get him into counseling? Like, I keep trying to get him into that, but he's like, I'll just go there and I'll just stare at him. So I'm like, I don't know if that's worth the fight to try to.
He needs a couple of men in his life that he can actually trust and aren't going to harp on him all the time about it, pull his pants up and fix his belt. And is that what you're wearing? And turn your shirt around. He needs a couple of guys in his life that'll take him fishing and laugh with him.
Well, my dad, stepdad, but he, tries to take him out constantly. And my boyfriend wants to go out and do 4-wheeling and paintballing and all that stuff with him, but then he gets mad because he's not listening to him. So
yeah, and it sounds like I'm saying it's a free for all. Absolutely not. He needs to experience accountability. He needs to experience choices, but he also needs to experience autonomy, and he needs to experience more than anything a safe environment. And he's never had that.
All right.
And you know this, and I'm saying this to challenge you, not to kick you while you're down, okay?
No, I understand.
This is all of the recipes for the making of a disaster down the road. This is a brilliant, unsafe boy about to become a brilliant, unsafe man. And that's a danger.
Right.
And so it sounds like what he needs is a good butt kicking. Nope. What he needs is to feel safe and secure for the first time in his life. Ever. And this is going to sound bananas, but I would start with, you've heard me say this a million times on the show, when's the last time you just took him out and listened to him? How things going? I'm not trying to coach you or teach you or tell you, how's it going?
That's a dangerous question because for the last 2 years, my work's been working 6 days a week, 10-hour days. So
okay,
I'm out of the house a lot.
Okay. Part of you getting well might be thinking, I've got to get a different job. Part of you getting well might be this romantic relationship I'm in to Band-Aid over the last one, which Band-Aids over the last one, which Band-Aids over a lifetime of fill in the blank. Those aren't serving me well. And when you don't feel safe, and by the way, Jackie, you don't feel safe either. I can hear it on you. You feel one tiny spider's web you're hanging on by. Is that true?
Yeah, a little bit. I think part of it's just I'm at the point where I'm like, is he going to get frustrated enough that, he's going to want to kick us out
Who?
of the home?
Why are you trying to please him? Why?
Because he's the first person that's actually made me feel like I have a life and I'm worth living.
Then he shouldn't be making you feel like you got to perform for him, or you're off the stage. And he might not be saying those words, but that might be what you're projecting onto him, and that's not fair if you're doing that to him.
Right. And he's one of those people that kind of keeps stuff bottled up and, has a hard time explaining emotions.
I know, but women and children are exquisite at absorbing that sort of tension. You know why? Because they have to keep alive. Right. And so when he's all bottled up, you feel it, and you can nuzzle up to him and be romantic and make the meal that you can do all those things, bring home the paycheck that he wants. You can do that, but your body knows we're not safe.
Right.
And especially knows that the finest tuned radar in your home is that sweet little 13-year-old boy. Not one thing you've described to me is out of character for that little boy. I'm so heartbroken for him. I can hardly even stand it because I got a boy just like him. The difference is, and now I'm not perfect parent by a long shot. My kid can be goofy. He can be a 12-year-old. He can be a 13-year-old. He can do all the middle school boy things. But that boy knows he's safe, and that boy knows he is loved.
Right.
And that's where we're going to start with him. Very quick out of the gate. If you said, give me 3 things to do right now, I would say you have to figure out a work schedule where you leave in the morning early, or you go in the evening and you take him on a date once a week without fail, twice a week if you can. No boyfriend, no whatever. Y'all go together.
I can do that. I get home at 4:30 in the afternoon. So
awesome. And once a week, he gets to pick the restaurant. Once a week, you get to pick it. And it might mean you can't afford it and you're going to have to forego something. Cool, forego.
I don't want Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, that's pretty. I've taken my son there. Sometimes he picks that place just to torture me, but that is what it is. And then I get Dorito tacos and everything's better for about 8 minutes.
Well, I'm on a carnivore diet, so I'll probably have to fast while he's eating.
No, but don't do that. Eat. Forget the what's why do the why now? Why now?
Because it's helping my migraines and my depression and all that good stuff. So.
All right. Well, whatever.
There's a good reason.
Okay. Taco Bell will not help those 3 things.
Right. I'll just eat the beef.
He gets to pick. And here's what we're going to do. We are not going to lecture him. Whenever you feel yourself reaching up to give him advice, you're going to stop. You're going to listen. You're going to ask him questions like, what scares you? What are you missing? I'm going to send you all the questions for humans cards you can use with him, okay?
I'd appreciate that.
You can take him, and this is going to be your date. It's going to be your game. And then if he has another game he wants to play, cool. If he wants to get a puzzle and just not talk, cool. The second thing we're going to do, every single morning and every single evening before bed, you are going to hug him to your chest for 30 seconds. And he doesn't get a vote, but he kind of does. Okay? And you're not going to say mama needs a hug because he already feels like he has to take care of you and he can't carry that.
All right.
You're going to say mom really wants to hug the most important man in her life. Will you give mom the opportunity to hug the man that she loves more than any other man on the planet? That's what we're going to say every single day. And then he's going to go, Ma. And you'll say, I want to hug the most important man on the planet. The third thing is you have to be on the lookout for male influences in his life that aren't just going to take him paintballing and show him how to drink beer and how to whip ass and be a man. Not that. Who are going to see him and love him and provide a good model for what being a man looks like. And that's doing hard stuff. And that's being honest. And that's being open. And that's being vulnerable. And that's feeling things and going and doing hard crap anyway. And if that's not your boyfriend, get out. Get out.
Would it be beneficial to have my father try to take him out once a week too.
If you think that's a safe, good person, that'd be
Oh yeah,
amazing.
he's amazing.
That would be incredible. And now this little boy is going to start getting the thing he needs more than anything else, which is adults who love him, who don't tell him, who show him through their most precious resource, their time. He's going to get something he desperately needs, which is to be fully seen and be rest assured, I still love you.
Awesome.
Okay? And by the way, you're playing a 10-year game here. What we're doing right now, we are hoping that 25-year-old kid, who's now a 25-year-old man, with all of the rights and privileges of grown men in our society, we're hoping that guy looks back and thinks, man, my mom really had a rough go of it the first decade of my life, and that brave, incredible woman turned it around. Man, I was really blessed to have my grandpa in my life. That guy walked alongside me, and he was met with me every week forever. Drove me crazy, and I miss him like crazy.
Right.
Okay.
Well, luckily, we're a pretty young family, so he'll have him for a while.
Cool. But all that to say is this isn't going to get better in 4 months.
Oh, I understand that.
Okay. The last thing I'll tell you is this. This is number 4, and then I'll let you go. I would come up with some sort of set of family values that he gets to speak into. And that might be on your 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th date that y'all have in a row. You could tell him, hey, I've been wondering who I'm going to be, who I want to be, who you want to be, and not just what job we're going to do, but who are we going to be? Would you make a list with me? Let's do a project together. And this will be a project that says we're going to talk to people with respect and dignity. We get our work done on time. We show up on time. That's just who we are. We're people who treat other people right, and we treat them right by, if they give us an assignment, we just get it done. And that way, when he chooses to not do his homework, you've got something back to say, hey, you chose this consequence too, because you know who we are. We all agreed on it. And he gets to hold you accountable, Mom. When you yell and scream or kick or throw something, he gets to say, that's not who we are. We said we were going to be this. And then you have to pay him $20. That's the fine.
That sounds fair.
Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
But here's what we're doing. The nerd word is autonomy. We're giving him some tiny feeling that he has some bit of control in his life. And up to this point, he's had none. No control. He has been at the whim of adults who are acting like children, running around, doing child things in adult bodies. And he's terrified. And now now that sweet little boy has a chance to just do his homework in peace in the principal's office. And principals can be tough, but man, they love smart, good kids. And those school secretaries in the principal's office and those school administrators, they would be nice to him. Finally. When your kids, to everybody, when your kids are acting out, let your first question not be, what's wrong with my kid? Let your first question be, why doesn't my kid feel safe? Start there. Solve for safety.